Hey, ladies. Hey, everybody. What's going on? Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good evening. You guys jumped on quick today. Hi. I decided to bring back Zoom for my calls because I miss seeing your guys' faces and being able to talk to you. I'm like, I like Webinar Jam, but it's hard. Oh, your braids are pretty. Is it Dwindalin? She knew I was talking to her. Very, very pretty. Love your hair. All right, let's see. We're gonna give it a second, let people jump in. Hi, Danya. How are you? Hey, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Is this your guys' first? I know a couple of these names, but it looks like some brand new names are on here. Drop it in the chat. Are you brand new to the platform? Hey, let's see. Where is my chat? I have to get reacquainted. Okay. New. Hi. Okay, new. I'm an oldie but goodie, period. Brand new. Listen to your live on Monday. Awesome. Thank you. Alicia, you're new too. Welcome in. Let's see. I wonder if I could turn this waiting room off. Um, Hold on. Let's see what we're doing. Where is everybody from? It's your first time too? Welcome in. Be more. All right. North Carolina, Texas, Houston, Charlotte, Maryland. Next time, I am not putting a waiting room. Okay, let me take this waiting room off. Okay, I disabled it. So now people should be able to jump in. Okay, perfect. Atlanta. Awesome. Well, welcome in. Thank you for joining us today. Well, I should say joining me. I'm going to get this thing started in 2 more minutes. You guys have all your notebooks? Because you know, Black women, we love to take some notes. We're going to have our notebooks, our pens. We're going to have all of our notes, all the official notes. Question for you all. Did this link, did it save onto your calendars? Did you get a calendar notification? I'm just wondering. Yes? Okay, cool. All right, that's good. Good, good, good. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's good. All right, I'm gonna pull up this presentation. And like I said, we're gonna get started in just a second. Is anyone on here currently an investor? Or are you guys agents? Okay, let's see. Real estate agent, agent. Oh, tons of agents. Okay. No, I'm not an agent either. So let's see here. Hmm. All right. Agent, investor. Hey, Marcia. How are you? Tawanda, Joyce. Okay, boom. All right, 7:05. Let's get started. Okay. So for those of you that are brand new here, my name is Janine Searcy. I'm the founder of Black Girls in Real Estate. I've had this platform now for, this is coming up on our 6th year. So we're 5 years in business. So many things I could say about having such a large, beautiful platform. It is very fulfilling because I get to do my life's work and my life's mission of helping families get started in real estate and real estate investing, having fruitful careers, being able to make connections inside of the group, providing resources, coaching, education, webinars. I love doing webinars because I feel like they're a very easy way for people to be able to get information that they may not know. You guys know I love to do a good live. How many of you found me off of the live? Did any of you guys see any of my recent lives? If you haven't, please make sure that you put your notifications on for my profile when I post, because I love doing lives. There's the rooms that I have been in this year have just been ridiculously well connected and amazing. And as soon as I find or hear the information, I'm always trying to immediately bring it back to my platform, because I feel like there's a lot of great content, there's a lot of great information, opportunities that are going on in the market. And if you're not privy to certain rooms, certain conferences, certain conversations, you'll just never know about it. So I feel like it's like my God-given mission to bring a lot of this information back over to my community, because we just don't know it. I've had some amazing conversations most recently with banks, right? Wells Fargo, guaranteed rate, like the programs and the things that they're looking to do with agents, the connections that they're looking to make. You guys would be very, very surprised at what is out here and available on the agent side, but also for the investors. So, outside of running this platform, I'm a full-time real estate investor, developer, and coach. I have a development that we're breaking ground on literally in like 10 days, which I'm excited. That's my first big subdivision that we're doing. Me and my business partner, she's like a sister to me and Nicole Ambrose, we're doing that one here in Atlanta, not far from the AUC Center. Outside of that, I also love to build custom homes and I love doing fix and flips. So that is really like my day to day. I'm full time in this. I'm not part time real estate anything. I left corporate, or let's say I was invited out of corporate like 8 years ago. And upon leaving corporate, I just never went back. So literally retired up out of it at age 30. Um, 8 years later, I've never applied, never thought about it, and really just dove in head first. My background was originally a corporate recruiter. I worked for some of your major top 100 insurance companies, hated every moment of it, but learned how to really build great relationships. I was able to secure, the glass office on the corner, and I thought it was going to be way more than what it was. And I quickly realized that it was more like a cage for me. And it really kind of prevented me from being able to do things that I wanted to do. So, upon leaving that job, where all I happened to do was recruit my husband, um, I left out of there and was like, I'm not going back. And I have not. So I started off doing fix and flips here in Atlanta. I flipped my own home that I was living in with my daughter. I was a single mom. My husband we just had met, just started dating. Took a lot of risk here. You'll hear a lot of risk that I took to get this thing going, but sold the house, made 70 grand within about 10 days after flipping it. I used my bonus money to flip my property, and we moved in together into an apartment for about 4 years. But during that time, I did nothing but real estate investing, from building to flipping to all the things. Um, it's actually really funny that my first build was supposed to just be a renovation project. I had finished another one down the street. This was my third project. And the owners kept coming up to me and they were like, "Hey, we see you've done a really great job on this property. We have one. Are you interested in buying it?" And I was like, I don't really know if I want to buy another property at the time. I was like, "How much is the property?" And they're like, 22,000. I was like, "What? $22,000?" Okay, no, I don't want to buy it. Whatever. Y'all ended up buying it. I ended up paying double for it. And what I also didn't realize is that inspections are important. Bought the home within 60 days as we're starting to demo the house down. And again, this was supposed to be a flip. We come pull up to the property one morning and the house has a wall that's on a lean and it's being held onto by an electrical wire. Literally, an electrical wire was holding the house up. That house ended up being my first new build construction because guess what? We had to tear it down. So through that experience, I learned about syndication. I learned about how to raise funds for, construction. I learned about new build construction. I learned about having to do it very hands-on because we were on a very, very tight budget. And that's where all of my like building experience started. After I survived it profitably, I decided that that's what I want to do. So, just giving you guys a little bit of background for me. Yes, I did take a lot of risk. I still do, right? I think that's real estate and it's investing. And I think that you have to be very aware of the type of investor that you want to be and what you feel comfortable doing, what you don't feel comfortable doing, and how much money and credit you're willing to invest to make something happen. And that's very, very important because if you are risk averse, then I would say real estate investing may not be for you, especially if the thought of possibly losing anything or any type of money sends chills down your spine. You do want to think about it because there will come a time, and it just happens to everybody, that you'll go through a hard time with a project or with an investment, and that's just investing. That's what happens. But there are many ups to it. Great money, great opportunity. We understand that ownership is our birthright, especially for us as, Black women. I really truly believe that. And for me, I want everything that God said is for me. So through that, that's ownership. So tonight we are going to talk about what I like to call my buy and hold blueprint. And I'm going to talk more about stabilizing your income through income producing assets. We're going to hit on that. I'll answer questions. I always have an invite if you're interested in working with me afterwards privately. I do have some mentorship open. I do have a membership that's becoming open. And there's an application. We can have conversation and talk about it if it's a fit. But before any of that, I want to talk to you guys more about what this market looks like, what's going on, and then, you have the opportunity to see, is this something that you want to deep dive into? And my friends, I have one client, I really love her. She has a very similar name to me. Her name is Janina, and she always tells me, she's like, Jay, you're like the gateway drug to real estate. So I'm gonna give you all these different ideas, right? And you're gonna be like, which one do I want to do? What do I want to dabble in? How do I want to get started? And you can take that information and make decisions for yourself. So I'm going to pull up this PowerPoint. Please hold all of your questions to the end. I will not just jump off. I'll answer questions and, we'll be able to take it from there. Does that sound good? Sound good for everyone? Okay, cool. Let me pull this up. I'm excited to see so many new faces. Okay. Let me pull this down real quick so I can then share. Boom. Okay, can you guys see my page? You can see it. All right. Boom. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm gonna make this like a small thing, but I love that a lot of you guys are on. Seeing your faces give me energy, so please stay. And I'll just pull it up right here. All right. Stabilizing your income in 2025. Do we have anybody on here that has experienced a layoff this year or a friend or family member that has? Anybody? Let me see. Yes, right? We're going to talk about that. Um, I don't know if you guys know this stat, and it's in my presentation, but I am going to talk about it. But 168,000 Black women have been laid off from government jobs this year. I have several clients that they saw it coming. They definitely um, took what I like to call their reparations. It's not really, it's a small reparation, but they took it, took the package and, made some decisions to get started in real estate investing. And, they're going through the journey of entrepreneurship. The total amount of Black women that have actually been let go corporately most recently is 300,000 Black women over the entire United States, which that is very alarming, being that, oftentimes we are the head of our households. We are holding up family members, kids, parents, grandparents. So it's like, I feel like the Black woman is like this, right? Like always juggling the balls up and down, making sure that everything still flows. So being able to solidify assets for ourselves, bringing income into our households, and how we do it is very, very important. And it also needs to be highly strategic so that the assets that you do use are allocated appropriately. As I said before, if you're just jumping on, my name is Janine Searcy. I'm a real estate professional, investor, and entrepreneur. My other beautiful hats are I am a mother, I'm a wife, friend, and I feel like I'm an asset to those that I'm attached to. At least I try to be. And I really truly believe, like I said, that ownership is our birthright. I am one of the ones that has that story that, initially started off through trial and error, kept working, kept developing, kept building my book of business, kept, making as many connections as I possibly can. And I can really tell you that this is 8 years in real estate. For me, I'm really just starting to see the fruits of my labor from connections and networking. Most of the time, I have really done this strategically with just me and my husband. So, um, you can do this. You can get started. You just have to step into it and be comfortable enough to do so. So, our wealth disparity is alarming. Single Black women, which I have been fortunate enough to get out of that season of my life, but that is where I started at. So I never forget it. And I know what that feels like to have longing and to have desire to make things happen. Single Black women without children have a median wealth of $200, dropping to almost $0 for single Black women that are mothers, right? Black women earn approximately 83% of what white women earn weekly, highlighting an even more significant wealth gap. Again, we are typically the primary care providers for our families. Nearly 1/3 of Black women work part-time or have some type of side hustle in addition to what they already currently do. How many people in here do we have that are part-time agents, part-time 9 to 5ers? We have anyone on here like that? You could drop it in the chat. I'm always interested to see. There's a lot of women that basically co-agent, trying to work, my book of business, but I also have a 9 to 5, running back and forth, right, to different showings and listings right after work, really hustling and trying to make it happen. Oh yeah, so the chat's going, the chat, I work full time. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, right. It's a juggle and a balance. So and then 49% of Black women have retirement savings, in contrast to 61% of United States adults. These numbers are very sobering, and I put them on here because I think it is super important for us to know what we are up against. But what else do we know? Black women also have about $30 trillion in spending ability, right? We are some of the most highly educated. We are buying houses at a huge rate. So there are some things that are on the up and up for us as Black women. I have lots of conversations with women every single day that are looking to get started in their careers, or they're looking to get started in investing. And on the investment side, whether you're choosing to do a rental, a new build, a jump in on a development, or get started with a rental, there's pretty much always the same four barriers. And I see it and hear it. The faces just change. Credit is typically one of the first things, right? Many women, they just don't have the credit, right? They're like, I have a longing, but I had to utilize my credit card for emergency. The kids are going to school. People have been divorced, like all types of things. People just like to shop. Utilization is above that 30% that we need to be at. And that creates a barrier for entry because you become unfundable when your credit is high. So ideally for real estate investing, if you would like to be able to qualify for funding for working capital, typically you want to be at a 680 and above. The magic number in it is a 700. At 680, you can still get funds. You can still get business credit cards on a brand new LLC. That is doable. We can assist you with that. But if you are below that 680 credit score, we do have a program called Credit to Keys. I'll share a little bit more about that at the end. That's a membership that's geared towards providing you with the resources to start disputing and to start cleaning up your credit. From there, we help you with the fundability for your business. We help you to secure funding. And then from there, we help you get the keys. So that's a membership with us. It's 59 bucks a month. I'll drop the link at the very end if you're interested. And if that's where you have to start, that's just where you have to start. That's fine. We still provide weekly coaching in there. We talk about investments. We talk about financial literacy. We talk about getting you to the point where you can officially get the keys, whether it's the keys to your business car, your first investment property. We've had women that literally built houses and bought their family their first home coming through our program. We also love to work with agents. If there's any agents on here that are looking for a great referral network to help your agents clean up their credit, we're here for that too. And that's just another opportunity. And I'll definitely drop that link for you guys. Education is the next piece, right? People are scared, they're terrified. This is hard-earned money. I know women, they have told me stories. Sis, I had a 400 credit score. I worked my way up to a 730. I fought tooth and nail. I'm terrified. I'm scared. My 401k, I've worked my whole life. My house equity, right? All these different factors come up that, not only are they fearful, but the correct education on how to do this and how to do this successfully is sometimes lacking, right? And then it's like when you aren't fearful and you have everything and you do want to get started, what is the right play based off of the market that we're currently seeing to actually have a return and not to get stuck? Because I'll tell you, for the last 10 years, fix and flip has been our bread and butter. It's been very, very profitable for us, seven-figure business. However, the market has shifted, right? Houses are sitting a lot longer, which in return, they eat up your profits because you have to sit longer. There's factors, there's certain markets and certain price points about 300 and under where you can still do a very small flip and probably get in and out of it because it's at that 300K, and under price range. Those houses are still selling in a lot of markets. It's when you start pushing past into those mid-tier level renovations in homes that you're seeing a delay and you're seeing a longer holding time on those type of properties. So what do you do? Do you wholesale? Do you fix and flip? Do you do burrs, buy and hold, short term? Like what's the move, right? Then there's always the money factor as well. Where do I get it from? And I just shared that with you guys. You can leverage credit. We can use your credit in order to help you obtain funds to get started. That's not an issue. Some of you on here, you may have the money to get started and you're ready to go. You just want to make sure that you have the proper strategy so that when you do allocate the funds, that you do see a return of investment on it. And then the last thing I would say is the support. People tell their dreams to a lot of people that ain't done it, as I like to call them, that ain't done it. They know everything about everything and ain't done, right? So how you gonna tell me about where to put my money? How are you gonna tell me on where to invest? And you've never done it. You've never done an investment. You've never flipped. You might not even own a house. So how are you gonna tell me what works and what does not work? I'm not trying to hear it. So the other thing we have to be mindful of too is that even when we go to family members, parents, right? Because parents are often our first line of defense. We're like, hey, this is something I'm thinking about, mom, dad, I want to share it with you. We have to understand that past generations, they don't view entrepreneurship, business, or investing in the way that we do in today's age and time. So sometimes the support that you're going to, they may not have the wherewithal or the educational background to understand how to support you on your next steps of your journey. And that's just what it is. Yes, we love our parents. Yes, we all the things, but in some cases, some of y'all might be taking care of them. Some of y'all might have parents and kids that live with you. I have a ton of family friends where their millennial children are living at home. They're literally graduating college and still coming back home to stay. Where my generation, and I'm still a millennial, we were like, they were like, go fly, sis, go figure it out, get out, right? Kids nowadays are like, I'm gonna do a gap year. Huh? A gap year? Who's paying for the gap year? Gap year. My parents would have gapped me. There's no gap year. You get out, right? So, not that they don't love you and want to be there and do all the things, but some people are taking care of adult children and their children. So, co living, generational co living has become very popular because now people need ADUs in the backyard for mom, in law suites. There's a lot of things that are going on in today's society and especially in our Black homes. So when we make decisions, we want to make decisions from a point of strategy and we want to make decisions from a point of do the numbers work. We make number decisions, not emotional decisions, right? Discipline over emotions. Write that down if you want to write something tonight. We want to be disciplined and not emotional in business, especially as women. I don't care what's going on. I need to make the smartest and best next move so that I can have the results that I want to have. Strategy. Because oftentimes we'll be like, oh, oh my God. And we just can't afford to do that in life or on the business side. So, why does this matter, right? It's not just about getting rich off of your first property because we know that is a fallacy. Now, if you do a really nice new build construction that maybe sells for a lot, and I've had it happen to me, made 300K off of a new build, and I was like, yes, God, this market has shifted, right? So we got to be mindful about the type of investments that we're making, and we want to make investments that allow us to stack smartly so that as we continue to go down the line, it makes sense. You don't have to own everything. You have to own some things that are profitable. We want them to appreciate, we want them to cash flow, and we want them to provide tax incentives for us as business owners so that we have write-offs. It's super important. So the first duplex you buy, yes, you may see an increase in income. You're going to notice that, you'll see it, but it's typically your third, fourth building, which depending upon how you do it, that could be the game changer. And I've been talking about this more and more, but even myself, I just participated in NAREB's Black Developers Academy. I just graduated from it. Wells Fargo sponsored it. It was a $1 million program through NAREB, National Association of Real Estate Brokers, a 6-month program. Wonderful. My teacher out of there is doing, I don't want to say, it's student housing, and he's doing student housing around a major HBCU. And he is building triplexes that have 5 bedrooms per unit with a separate bathroom. He's doing 2 of them. They cash flow about $1,000 a month per room, 15 grand. One building will cover the cost of both buildings. So his cash flow will be $15,000 a month. Imagine getting involved with or building 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. You're just going bing, 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 bing. Now, within a year and a half, 2 years, you're set up with $60,000 a month coming into the house because you decided to build student housing in an area that needed it, right? Now, all of a sudden, some six buildings, you're just throwing them up. It's the same plans. You're putting the same stuff so your expenses are controlled, and we're just throwing them up. You don't have to do 100 things to get stable income, and that's beyond stable income, right? Now we're doing some things. You don't have to do it all. You just have to be good at something. What is your niche going to be? Where how are you going to make this money in order to do these type of things? Sorry, I just saw the chat. Right, right. Sandwich generation. That is hilarious. Hey, Regina, welcome in. So we know that inflation is on an all-time high. Groceries were scary, like what, 3 months ago, eggs. And so I was like, I'm just not gonna eat an egg. If that's what we're gonna pay for eggs, I don't even want to eat even want to eat an egg. I want these avocados though, so I'm gonna get these avocados and put my crab meat in my avocados. I make this amazing guac with crab meat in it, a recipe that I got when I was traveling to Miami. I love to travel, and Miami's Miami, but I took it with me. Anyways, so affordable housing is at a 40-year low, which is insane. There's a huge housing need. Job security, shaky. Uh, People are like 1 to 2 paychecks from financial stress in some situations. And I'm just saying there are some people that are still flourishing in this market, but we are being impacted by this. And I believe that we can't afford to wait for someone else to fix it. We have to be wise and use our own resources and provide our own opportunities for us. So I always talk about going from a consumer mindset to an investor mindset. In today's times, because we have so much information coming to us in the media, oh, it's a terrible time to buy a house, it's a terrible time, oh, the market. Well, if you think about it, what else are we hearing? Housing shortage for pretty much a diverse genre of different types of people, students, veteran housing, people coming out of prison that need homes. What else? Section 8, pad splits, affordable housing. Like the niches they're just going like this. Like people need places to stay. So an investor mindset would say, oh my God, we don't buy houses right now. We're just going to sit and wait. And what do we know about the inverse relationship between interest rates and housing prices? Even if those interest rates, and God, please let it happen, if they go down even the 2 or 3 percentage points that our administration, I'm going to say that politely, our administration is discussing, what's going to happen to housing prices? Drop it in the chat. What's going to happen? Y'all tell me what's going to happen. Up immediately. It's going to be like, and all those people that sat on the sidelines and waited, like, I'll just wait. Boom, you still don't have a property. You still don't have a home. Now, not only are you priced out, right? That competition for a house is going to go nuts. Who can tell me what are builders building right now? What are builders building? They're building a very specific type of housing. What are builders building? Who can tell me? Who can tell me? Nope, not a pad split. Nope, not mobile, not housing,
Rentals.
not see. What are they doing?
Rentals.
Yes, yes. Rent to own. What? Rent to owns and rentals. AKA, I'm going to build this big, beautiful house in your desired neighborhood. You want to live here. They always build them in the best school districts. And then instead of being able to do the American dream of buying the house, they make it where you can rent it. And you're like, well, I may have not been able to afford doing it. Maybe you could have, but I don't have the down payment. I don't have all these. So people end up doing the rental and they stay in it for years. And all of a sudden, you look up and you spent 90 to 100 grand living in a brand new house, but it's a rental. You don't own it. You have no power. You have no equity. You have no cash flow. So we want to be mindful of shifting our mindset to say, hey, now is going to be a good time to buy because what do? We date the rate and we marry the house. So if we can get the house at a lower price point, and interest rates really are not terrible right now. I can tell you they were much higher even when I purchased my home. But we're in a situation where you can get into brand new construction homes right now where builders are buying down the rate, offering concessions, offering all types of things in order. They're pricing down because they want to get people into these homes. They want to get off the inventory. It costs them more to carry it than it does, right, to turn around and sell it. So nationally, and I have some posts up there on my Instagram page, in my stories later if you guys want to check it out. I've been posting stories about it. But the housing market, right, they're trying to incentivize people. I have literally, and I promise you, I have seen people, they're looking at, maybe they qualify for like 350, they're looking at 400, 380, because they know, hey, this seller might want to drop the price. So now I could really push up into my dream home income or my dream home price point, and I can get into it for less because the market is still good. And that means that we have an opportunity to, as investors, to go out into this market and make competitive offers and buy properties that we can turn right back around and turn them into profitable rentals, or we can build them. So we have to think about a money mindset and an investor mindset, and you have to pay attention to what the big corporations are doing. Look to see what their game plans are. You can see they posted on their websites. These are the areas that we're choosing to go into for development. We have pulled permits in these pockets. We have decided to do whatever. All the details are on their websites. You can go and look. So we want to make sure that our money moves are in line or similar to, excuse me for my phone ringing, I didn't know, or similar to what some of these major corporations are doing, because they do set the tone of the market. They are the ones that you'll be competing against if you do try to go out here and start buying. I have a few homes that are on the market. They're coming in and just making wild offers right now because they know sellers want to sell and they're just picking up stuff. So you have the ability to do that as well as a consumer, or as an investor, I should say, excuse me. And you don't have to just listen to, oh my God, it's a scary time. I've been telling all my friends, y'all better buy your houses now because you don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 to 3 years in our market. Trump seems to consistently pretty much get his way, right? Market manipulations, firings, he does a lot of things. So we don't know what's going to happen. But what we do know is that there are people right now that need places to live. They just do. And that's what this is about. So, how do you come in as an investor and provide housing, safe, clean, affordable places that people can get into and make money off of that? What's the turn, right? And I'm not talking about the traditional rental model where it's a long-term rental and people buy a house and then they make 500 to 800 bucks a month. I know some of y'all on here because I'm looking at this hair. I see Marsha's hair slayed. You know, I saw dwindling Miss Edwards. Her hair was laid. Malia, you got locks, so I know you be having to twist and make those things look beautiful, right? We spending $300-400 on hair. So what do you mean a house is only going to pay me 500 to 600 bucks? So I made a $30,000 $40,000 investment to get my hair done every single month. That's not the type of income we're looking for. We're looking for thousands, right? Per room rentals. How do we turn these houses into our mini cash cows and have a return of investment that is worth it, not just hair money, right? So again, we're in a full-blown crisis. We are nationwide housing shortage, national shortage of 3.8 million affordable housing units. We are a affiliate with Pad Split. Pad Split is looking for people like us that want to purchase homes or that have homes that are interested in putting them on market for affordable housing rentals. And if you're interested in working with me at the end, again, please stay on. It's not a hard sale, it's an invitation. But if you're interested in having that connection and being able to facilitate putting a house on with them, we would love to be able to help you find the house, fund the house, and get it set up preferential with them. There are certain markets they need housing in. Atlanta right now has 9,000 affordable housing units on that website. Do you know they told me they need double that? They're going into markets like Colorado, Louisiana, Chicago. They're hitting all the major metropolitan areas that are coming up. Housing is an issue. People need places to live. And the nice thing about them, it's a per room rental, right? And they pay weekly. So if you have a house that you convert into a 6 bedroom house or you have a 5 bedroom house, even if you're only charging 300 bucks a week, y'all do the math on that. 1,500 bucks a week times that by 4, 6,000, maybe 2,000, $3,000 for the mortgage. You're profitable. What? 2, 3,000 plus. Rinse and repeat. Now we're talking about something. Now we're putting some money into our household. Now, not only is that house covered, but maybe your personal mortgage is covered. Now you're living rent free because you made one investment. What happens when it appreciates, you pull the money out of it and we go do it again and we get another building, right? So we want to think about how are we able to turn this national housing crisis into an opportunity for us to make money, because that's how they look at it. Do you know that Black women, we are more likely to rent a house than to own? I don't know if y'all know that. And we also know that not all rentals are what created equal. Because we've seen some stuff that some people have lived in, and it's like, oh my God, is this what we're doing? So we're talking about strategic rentals, right? There's 5 strategic models that I really love right now. And these are the type of models that I would love to work with you guys privately with. If you're interested, again, invitation at the end. But pad split, which is phenomenal. Please make sure if this is something that you want to do, you guys reach out to me. If you already have a house, that's fine. We can get that house set up. If you need help with the buy, the find, the fund, we'll do that for you as well. High cash flow, very low risk. They are like a they're like an Airbnb for affordable housing, right? Um, they do all of your screenings, they screen your applicants, they list it on the site. You know, they help you get all the money for it, they help you manage and run your property. There's so many great benefits of being associated with the platform. Now, I will say, again, this is affordable housing. So you have to think about, you know, the quality of the people that are coming in and out. So this does not have to be something that is super, super fancy. But I can tell you that I've seen some very beautiful pad splits, that, you know, they're pulling furniture from certain places and that they're not breaking the bank. They look nice, but they're not super expensive. And it attracts a different type of clientele into that type of rental. So we'll talk about getting those set up. Student housing, which I've already decided, God, let me see that over the weekend. That is what I'm going to end up retiring from. I'm going to be launching a full-on development company geared just towards student housing. I want to have a certain initiatives, certain HBCU initiatives and PWIs that we're going to target in certain markets. If this is something you want to do, I would love to connect with you guys. Again, we have some great teams that can help you execute on pulling some of those off if you're well capitalized. For student housing, that should not just be your first project. You want to make sure that you have the capital to get out here and do it, or have access to it. I wouldn't necessarily jump out and build off the rip, but there are ways that you can go in and you can pick up properties that are already in existence, right? Constant demand, pretty much guaranteed occupancy. There's some very strategic ways that you can get paid, you know, 6 months at a time. You can partner with schools. There's a lot of really great ways that you can make money off of it. There's also still the midterm rental game, which I'm like this with it. I'm like, you know, back and forth. People are still doing crash pads, you know, nurse rentals, things like that. Um, I do still like Airbnb. I prefer Airbnb when I travel. Does anyone else like a Airbnb head? I really don't like always like staying at hotels. I do really like staying at like super beautiful Airbnbs because I like the privacy, especially on islands. When we traveled to Bali, we stayed in Bali for a month back in 2022, and then I went back for my birthday this year. I love renting like the beautiful villas, and I like to stay in those places. You can get all the services brought in. So things like that, those are profitable. Um Section 8, right? Subsidized housing, that's always well. And I hate to even put guaranteed income right now because administration, they're making cuts, they're making changes. As of today, it's guaranteed. As of tomorrow, we don't know. So we do have to be mindful again. How are we going to be impacted? We just don't know. Veteran housing, right? Co-living, group home living. There's unlicensed group homes that you can do. You can help people that are coming straight out of prison. That is another way that you can do it. They do double occupancy rooms, 850 to, 1,000 a bed, depending on where you're coming out of. Those can become, cash cows. You're serving a need, and that's really what you're doing. And sometimes there's people, places, and spaces that they don't believe in like second chances or helping people, but these are people that they need a place to go in order to get out. And so you can provide a house like that will allow for them to do things. So again, our mission is very simple. We want to normalize Black women, Black people owning land, homes, buildings, and businesses. And this is my partner, Adrienne, for Clear to Close. She does all the funding on the side with me. If you're somebody who, you just want to work with us for the purpose of submitting deals over, you're an investor, you're buying, would love to have you guys refer your deals over to us. We absolutely love to close those. We actually also have a broker program. Our broker program is for anybody that's interested in making money in real estate. You don't have to be licensed to be a hard money broker. If you hear what I'm saying to you, I've told you guys a lot of strategic ways to get started in real estate without a license, right? It's really about the hard work. What are you willing to put in? Our broker program is really unique and sexy because we teach. So right now, it's Wednesday. We have a class that's running live. Just like how I'm talking to you guys, I'm live. We also teach live. So we teach you how to market. We give you the tools. We give you the resources. We empower you with the knowledge. All of our replays are inside of our academy. And we typically pay 1 to 1.5% on the deals that you close. You could close as an agent, you can get paid twice. We have a husband and wife team. I love just talking about them. Isaiah, they're wonderful. They just closed a deal like a month ago that they got paid as an agent 30,000, and then they got paid 10,000 from the loan. They made $40,000 from one client. And this is a client that they just marketed to and was like, hey, I know we've worked with you in the past, but I have this really great opportunity. I know I've sold you a home before. Are you ready for your first investment property? And literally, they sold it. I told them, I was like, y'all just paid for your membership with us for like 20 years. So our membership for the broker program is 49 bucks a month. It's super affordable. We made it where you guys can get in, you can still learn. It's not going to break the bank. You close one deal, it's already pretty much paid for. I'll drop the link for that as well if you guys would like to join us. Again, no license is required, but we are teaching the money game. People sell money every single day. MLOs sell money. People sell business credit funding money. People sell investment property loans. You get paid off the points. And it's a really easy business to get started if you're comfortable talking to people. If you like to market, if you like to talk, we will literally help you close the deal. We source the quotes for you. So we have a transaction coordinating team. We get all the paperwork for you. You literally are just going out, finding your clients, bringing them to us, and we help you to close that deal and pay you at the closing table. So that is something that if you guys are today looking for, I will drop the link for Clear to Close Capital. That's an invitation to you guys there. That one, I love Clear to Close. And to be honest with you, it's very funny because um, a white man taught me this money game. He was a lender. And again, I was very young and fresh. I had a not so amazing lending experience on my first property that I bought. And I was like, if I never have to work with, I'm not going to even name his name again, I would love that. And I told the guy this, and he was like, you don't have to work with him. I can show you some things. So, Clear to Close Capital, we do all things investment, property funding. So fix and flip, buy and holds, commercial, new build construction, land acquisition and development, anything. We don't do mobile homes, but we do mobile home parks. Okay. We have products that are no appraisal, no credit check. We have 100% financing, which let me be clear on that. On 100% financing, you are still responsible for taxes, title, and fees, and there's points. So it's not just no money down, but you'll put something down, but it's less than what you would normally put down. If you are an experienced investor, you've done a couple deals, I have a 5% lender. They'll put down, you only bring 5% to the table, which is a humongous savings. We have deferred capital payments, which means you don't pay monthly interest payments every single month until the end. So there's a lot of different products that we offer to you and your clients. And we've put this product suite together because we understand that people come needing all different types of things. And so we want to make sure that we offer product lines that are attractive enough to help you to close or attractive enough to you as an investor. And one of the things we have to make sure we understand too is that you are not too young, you are not too old, right? To get started in real estate or any type of arm of real estate business. Today, you are perfectly positioned. You can get started today. You can start building your legacy. You start building your family's legacy. You are still above ground. You can breathe, you can think, and you have the mental capacity and capabilities to go out here and slay. So don't just sit here and be like, oh, this isn't for me. Why can't I do it? Real estate is a tangible asset, right? It's a physical asset. It appreciates and it can also depreciate. So you got to make sure you're putting your money at the right place in the right space, and it builds wealth, Janine, faster than any other vehicle. My bad. Passive income, right? Rental properties, they can generate consistent income, right? You have a nice place, you keep it clean, you keep it up, you keep your renters happy. They do what? They stay. And renters, how many of y'all got family that is generational renters? Like they paid for that house 27 years ago. I know I have it. It's in my family. They don't have that house. They should have just gave it to them. Like, Lord, I'm tired of taking your money, but that's not how it works, right? Um, there are tax advantages, depreciation, deductibles, tax incentives, and then we have the ability to leverage it, right? You can leverage your ownership in another building because there's equity in it. You can use that equity to go to another property. Is this information good? Are y'all enjoying this? Let me know if you are. Put it in the chat. Let me know y'all got some good, this is good info. Yes. Okay, good. Mm. Heck yes, I love those type of responses. Sis, let me know, okay? Let me know. I'm just kidding. I don't talk with a pot, but sometimes it comes out. So just depends on how I'm excited. I'm like, let's go. All right. So types of real estate investing. So we talked a lot tonight about buy and hold rental properties, right? Purchasing a property, renting it out to tenants. This really is the way. And I mean the way to long-term wealth. Pick an income goal tonight. What's your income goal that you feel like within a year, if you get all of your ish together, starting tonight, where would you like to be this time next year in rental income? Drop it in the chat and put it on your paper. And then sign it. Sign it. I want everything God has for me. I want to get to da 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 20K. That's very doable. You just have to get strategic. 25, 25. Ooh, Candy said 50. Let's go, Candy. Candy said she got all the money. She going for 50 bands. Okay. 30, 25. Have you guys seen the meme where the guy says he works for a bank and they were like talking about thousands and he says bands. He's like, yeah, I'll take 50 bands. And they're like, it's a funny meme. I don't know if y'all seen it. I'm gonna put it on my page so y'all will know why I'm laughing. Um, okay, Candy says she's starting with 0. That's okay, Candy. Crystal, hey girl, she said 100. I want to get to 20. So my goal this time next year is going to be 20 grand minimum. And I'm gonna go the student housing rental rate. Now um I have 2 rentals. We have our first ones down in Brunswick, and that's where we're starting. She said, I'm starting with 0 money and 100% knowledge by Janine. Yes. Thank you, Jada. Thank you. All right, y'all. There's 80 of y'all on here. I don't see 80 responses. So 80 of y'all, about another 70 of y'all need to believe in yourself and know that you can do this. I need your numbers down. If you don't write it, you're not going to achieve it. Write it and make it plain. Write it. Put it in the chat tonight. All right. Fix and flip, which y'all know that's my jam. Love a good fix and flip. You can do affordable housing. You can do luxury. I've just now gotten into the luxury fix and flips. And I do have 2 of those right now going. I found them in areas where days on market are about 20 to 30 days. So there's still desirable pockets and areas. So I am very excited about that. Commercial real estate is another way. People are investing in retail spaces, warehouses, right? Mom and pop warehouses, apartment complex. Commercial is going to be anything that is 5 units and up. Bigger deals, bigger income potential. Um, and then you have the BRRRR strategy, right? You're going to buy, you're going to rehab, refinance, and repeat. These 2, your buy and hold, well, I should say 3, your fix and flip. You can do a combination of this to do a BRRRR, and you could update a house or you could turn a house into what you want to turn it into so that you have the ability, excuse me, that to then turn right back around and rent it. So there's some models that you can do with that as well. Um, y'all, I really love multifam. I just do. Why? Look at the difference. So some people, traditional renters, long-term renters, those first 2 methods are traditionally what you see. You might get 500, 1,500, maybe 2,000 in a nicer area where you can rent for a little bit more if you've had the house for a much longer time, or if it was grandma's house and you start renting it and you didn't have any notes on it, you can make a little bit more. But when you start getting into duplexes, quads, triplexes, that income starts to double, triple, quadruple because you have more bedrooms, you have more units and more doors. So that information of, you know, using these type of assets far outweigh the traditional single family rental model. Now, single family rental you can do for, like I was saying, a pad split, things like that. But I really love multifamily. Multifamily is attractive and they typically sell even in markets like this. So if you flipped a multifamily, you could potentially make pretty good money off of it because people still desire them. They're attractive because you can still rent them, but also they're attractive from an ownership standpoint because they appreciate. So I'm a huge fan of those models and love to share more, love to help families get into it. There was a family they were out of Jersey that right at Christmas time we worked with them and they ended up buying a 16 unit in Chicago for like 1.1 million and it was cash flowing about 14 to 15K. They renovated, fixed it up, and they turn right back around, raise the rents on it, and it's doing really, really well. And it's also appreciating because it's in a very hot pocket of the city where there's a lot of development that's going on, and they've been able to really make that investment work for them. So there's properties like that. You can also get into cheaper markets, sub two markets, your Macons, your South Georgias, your Arkansas, Mississippi's. There's pockets like that too, where you could still get into, multiple multifamily housing for a much cheaper price rate. So it's really just a matter of where you can start and where you're looking to get going. Rentals to avoid, I talked about this already. That traditional long-term rental model is just not sexy anymore. No one wants to make two, three, 500 bucks. It's slow wealth building. You can't hedge against inflation. And if somebody gets out of there, you're on your own. You got to pay the note, and it impacts negative cash flow. If you're going to do it, get creative. Get creative. That's all I'm going to say. Get creative. Oh, I could tell you an example. I have a personal client, one of my students that I'm working with. Her mother, she got on one of these calls like this. She came to another class that I was, offered at the time, and it gave us the opportunity to really talk. So in the class, she's like, I was talking about these things, and she was like, "What is a pad split? Student housing? What are you talking about?" She said, "I have houses." I was like, "You have houses? Miss Brenda, what kind of houses do you?" She's like, "I have 3 houses." I said, "Miss Brenda, now mind you, her daughter is one of my private clients. I know how old her daughter is." So I was like, "Miss Brenda, how long have you had these houses?" She's like, "Well, they're almost paid for." She was like, "My mortgage is $283 a month." I said, "Miss Brenda, who's in this house?" She said, "Well, I've had a renter, Section 8, for 6 years. She pays me $1,200 a month." I said, "Do you even want me to do that math?" She was like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Okay, let's talk about it." I said, how many, let me get my calculator out, excuse me. I said, "How many rooms are in the house?" She said, "4 rooms are in the house." Okay, so let's just play with some like very basic numbers. We're gonna look at it from a pad split model. So in that area, the average room rental was like 279, 300, depending on what the house looks like. So we'll just go at like 270. So $279 times that by 4 is $1,116. Times that by 4. Hold on. Times that by 4. $4,400 a month. Now we're gonna subtract, and let's just say her expenses are 400 because she's had a long time. Sis is missing out on 4,000. Oops, 4,000. Hold on, let me go back to my math because I didn't mean to do that. Times that by 4 minus 400. Sis is missing out on $4,064 per month, right? Because she's doing what? Long-term rental? Okay, so hold on, it gets worse. So she has 3 of these, right? Uh, let's times this by 3. $12,000 a month in missed income. Times that by 1 year. Okay, $146,000 a year. This renter has been in there for 6 years, so she's missed out on $877,824, almost $1 million in missed income. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Grandma's house is powerful. Houses in your family are powerful. Land in your family is powerful. Don't sleep on that. Don't just have an asset that you're getting pennies off of and you're comfortable with it. Almost 800 grand. What? She was like, "I'll be calling you." She texted me last night. She's like, "I'm going for my cash out refi." She's like, she's about to do a HELOC. Excuse me. I said cash out. She's doing a HELOC. She's like, "I'm updating my houses." I was like, that's the point. update them, make them nice, make them livable, change your rental model, right? I also love luxury, but I don't necessarily know if luxury rentals are it right now. Not a huge fan. People are doing them, but not a huge fan of it. So what do we need, right? We need a clear investment goal. Are we cash flowing? Are we going for equity? Do we want to do a smaller, quicker flip? Like, what are we trying to do? Are we building long-term wealth and legacy? And by the way, y'all were too quiet when I just said how much money she's missing out of. I don't know if y'all brains were just like, what y'all, where we at? Where we at? What do y'all think about that? That's a lot of money from the wrong rental strategy. It's a lot of money, right? Um, yeah, right. It's crazy. She said, I heard you. I'm trying to find me a house to rent room. I was doing the math. Do the math. I just told you the numbers. I just told you the numbers. And listen, you can, right? Rental arbitrage is definitely a method. I'm going to talk and teach about hey girl, you were in the class, Rashanta. Remember? She told us that. I didn't see. I'm sorry, Hillary. Girl, yes. Rashante, excuse me. She was on the call. She heard it. She heard it. Rashante, am I lying? Listen, you were on the call. So you gotta have the right strategy. And yes, you could do rental arbitrage. You could do a lot of different things. And will be teaching that as well. You want to have access to capital. If you don't have access to money, but you have really good credit, we can help you get access to capital. So again, ideally, I would say like a 680 credit score is ideal, where we really can be beneficial in helping you to acquire more funds. That is doable. If not, creative ways, savings, 401k, home equity lines of credit, private lenders, hard money lenders, business credit cards, right? Why business credit cards? They don't report on your personal. So those are really great ways. You don't have to have a very old LLC. You could have an LLC that started today and we can get funding on it, right? So we do offer a turnkey support system. We teach you the investment business. We help you get funded with down payment money, loan money, investment property loans. We help you find and evaluate and buy the right type of rental. We can help you get approved for pad split and midterm platforms. Pad split specifically because we are an affiliate partner with them. So we do have some preferred opportunities with them. We can help you and connect you over to a project manager and a property manager. And we can help you, furnish it, right? Like, what are we picking out? What are we putting in here? How do I make this work for me? How do I get into this business? We can still offer to some turnkey assistance as well. If you want to do a small renovation on a property to add more bedrooms, like if we want to buy something that's a flip, turn it into a turnkey rental, we can do that too. Basically going from a hard money fix and flip loan over to a DSCR loan. We have the ability to do that too. I will say this, you can YouTube all you want. It's very difficult to YouTube to your success and to put things together for the sake of a portfolio. A lot of women try to do it alone. I've had ladies, they've reached out to me 2, 3 years ago, and I put this post up in their back and I'm like, dang, I talked to you 3 years ago. And they're like, I'm still in the same place. I'm like, how? We have so many dope opportunities on the platform for you to win. Even if you don't start it private, you can jump into some of our memberships and still get some really great assistance and help and position yourself to get started. Broker Clear to Close is a great way to start networking, making money. Credit to Keys is a fantastic way to start repairing your credit, start working towards the funding. But there's someone on here tonight that I know that is ready to get started. I opened this up yesterday, 2 days ago. I had 10 spots. I have 7 spots left to privately work with. If you are interested in working with me, my total cost it was traditionally 25 grand. Because this market has shifted and everything else is going on, I dropped it down to 10,000. We're not doing big fix and flip projects. You don't need me for, the entire year. These are going to be quicker projects that we can get you in. If you're ready to go, we should be pretty much in a rental or in a property within the next 60 to 90 days. This doesn't take very long. If you have good credit and you need help with the money for this and the money for down payment, we can help to get you that funding. I don't know why there's like this little yellow thing that keeps writing. But I teach you the business. You actually work with me one-on-one. We work for a month. We meet twice a week for 2 sessions a week. I teach you the investment game, how to analyze, how to find, how to buy, how to make competitive offers, building your cash flow. We assist with down payment assistance. We help you find the property. We help you fund the property. We have partner referrals, and then we have templates and scripts that you guys can use when you're ready to get out here on your own. The purpose of this, I want to work with people that are ready to go. I would never want to ask someone to make an investment like this and not have everything together, because it doesn't make sense. You could start at a membership with us and really start to build so that you're ready. But I know tonight there's some women on here and there's some families on here that are ready to start working towards this type of income, and we are set up and ready to get started with that. So I will tell you, again, we want to focus on properties that are cash flowing, markets that are cash flowing. Your Atlanta, Houston, Charlotte's. There's some other markets that are a little bit smaller tiered markets, turning, 3, 5 bedrooms into 4, 6 bedrooms. We can do that too. We have teams. So I'm telling you right now, God is my witness. I'm retiring off of student rentals. I want to take some people with me into that. This is not going to take long. Remember, I said this. I'm with I'm 2 years away from 40. So 41, 42, I'm not saying, but I want to be done. Right? I would have it lined up, set up where the money's coming in and everything else is pretty optional. Right? Midterm rentals, we talked about this again too. Nurse rentals, remote workers, different types of professionals. We'll go over these type of rentals. And this is just your invitation. I will drop the link in the chat in just a minute, which will give you the opportunity to submit your information over to me. I will personally call you and I will have a conversation with you. And if you're ready to get started, you can make a deposit. I ask for at least half. We'll be able to get you going and you can start. I am also open to, and I want to mention this because it's important, I am open to coaching families. So if you and your family want to do this, you want to bring your husband and your mom, as long as it's under one LLC, I will coach and train you guys. I want to make this generational, and it only takes one person to be the change agent in their family. Bring your family to the table. Let's get to work. I want to help more people get started in this. And it's important to me, and I'm very excited to show more families how to do this because it doesn't just have to be a dream. As you guys know, I like to give real information. That's why these webinars, I think mine are very thorough. I give as much information as I possibly can. But at the end, like I said, if you're interested in working with me, that is the invitation too. I am excited to see y'all start owning blocks because it only takes one house and then the next one. And you'll be surprised, especially in older Black communities, when people see you doing good, they just come to you. They're like, hey, I got this house. And you're like, do you? And yeah, and Miss over here, she has a house too. She wants to sell. And we got some land around the corner. And we got it just starts flowing. So you just have to step into it with an intent to be intentional about it and get things going. I'm going to drop these links and then I'm going to open up the floor for any questions that you guys may have tonight. And we're going to leave it. We'll stay on for like another 15, 20 minutes and I'll answer questions for you guys so that you have the ability. Yep, it's 10,000 and my original cost was 25, but we don't have to do 25 because these aren't going to be these long, big new build constructions and things like that. Now, if you're someone that does want to build and you're in a position to build, you do have the funds, we can talk. That would be at the regular price because it's a bigger commitment. We stay on, I'm working with you for a year. But if that's not something, oh, of course, LLC setup and all that. Absolutely. Um, what questions do you guys have for me? What can I answer for you? Um, what can I do for you? And I think you can come up off of, hold on one
Everything.
sec. Give
Hey,
me
this
two
is Tanya.
sec.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great.
First of all, this was amazing. So thank you very much for it. I am not in a position right now to do the course. Something definitely in the future. But I did put in the chat. I was looking at a property. It was going through foreclosure, and they were
Hmm.
only doing hard money loans. So I started looking into it, and it absolutely like terrified me. Um, Of course, the time period is much shorter than a traditional loan. However, talking about the really high interest rates and the short period of time to pay back the money and things of that nature. And this is just my general research, on the internet. What can you explain exactly what a hard money loan is and what that looks like to go that route?
Yes. So it should scare you if you're looking at it from a perspective of you're trying to stay, you're trying to have a loan that you want to stay in for quite some time, right? Hard money loans are not meant for that purpose. Hard money loans are for the purpose of short-term construction. So a fix and flip project should be and it depends on the level. Like if you're doing a big huge construction project, new construction, there's hard money loans that offer 12 to 18 months deferred. Sometimes a lot of these, I want to say, municipalities that are approving permits, they can take time. So sometimes you might want to get a little bit longer of a hard money loan so that you have time to go through the permitting and you can do the construction on it. But they're not loans that you're using to keep. So fix and flip loans, new construction, land, they actually include the cost of development inside of it. So 100% of your renovation budget is in it. So you have the money there. You just have to have the working capital to unlock it. And then basically what it does is reimbursement. So if you have a full budget at 80,000, you might go through four different draws of $20,000 all the way down so that you basically can work through that budget. So it should be a quicker project. DSCR loans, which are debt service credit ratio loans, you can get those in terms of 15, 20, and 30-year loans. They're not short term. So certain ones are short term because you're not keeping it. You're just selling it. You're quickly trying to make it through your project. You're selling it and then you're either, getting out of the loan with the payback or you're refinancing it.
All right, thank you so much.
Absolutely. And if you guys also like to, if it's easier, because I know these comments are kind of rolling, um, if you're interested in working with me, you can personally message me your name, your phone number, and your email, and I can give you a call as well. That way, too, if you guys are interested. What other questions? Everything's in the chat. So the credit to keys link, if you need help starting with repairing your credit, that link is in there. The link to become a broker is in there as well. Our hard money loan link. Let me put that one. Hard money. That's credit to clear to close. Sorry, clear to close capital. That's in there as well. I just dropped that over. And then the link where if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, here's the application. We'll do a quick call. I'll drop that in there too. You got that link too. Okay. What other questions do you guys have? What if you have, I don't offer VA. I don't do anything on the traditional side. All of our loans are strictly investment properties. Um, What if you have a utilization problem on your credit? So you want your utilization to be below 50%, or excuse me, below 30% on personal and below 50% on the business credit side. So you'll want to wait till you get it down so that we can actually get you the type of funding that you need. Now, Monique does have a few business credit utilization workarounds. It just depends on how much it is. Overall, total utilization under 20%, under 30%, excuse me. What other questions? Are your hard money lenders lenient to first time investors? Tell me what you mean by lenient. You can come off mute. You can talk to me.
Okay. So hi Mahalia.
Hey.
What I mean by that is pretty much like some hard money lenders are, they view first time investors as more of a risk than those that are experienced. So of course, like the points and the percentage of interest increased tremendously. So I was just wondering, like, is there like a big gap between like those that are experienced versus those that are first time investors? Like, that's pretty much my question.
Yeah, there is. So, if you can show experience, like I have lenders that'll do 5%. If you're brand new and you just have kind of average credit, I would say prepared for like 20% down. But if you have really good credit, we have some loans that we've done brand new first time investors and they got, 10% down. So it's really credit based and it's based off of the deal.
And is this 10% down on the whole loan or the purchase price? The whole loan? Okay.
Well, it depends. So we work with over 50 different lenders. So we have
Okay.
some that are going to be off of the purchase and then some that are total loan. Now, the ones that are total loan, they also are the ones that if you're looking for like a deferred monthly payment, they're going to go off of the total loan amount.
Okay. Thank
Hmm.
you.
You're welcome. Have you heard of Lee Arnold Funding Tour? Mm-mm. No. I'm familiar with Kogo Capital, but I don't use them. They're a little like MLM-ish, but I don't use them. What other questions?
So I was on the I guess you can call it like a video class with the Yarno group this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Um and they kept using the word certified private lender. A certified uh private money broker. Is that even a thing?
So you can be like accredited. There's like a accreditation that you can go for, but there's no license requirement. I think that might be what they're marketing. I'm not super familiar. I have seen them before, but they, like I said, they do feel a little MLM-ish. But do your research.
Oh no, I did. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. But I'm
Ah,
gonna see you next week. The show.
got it. Politely. We would love to have you, and we don't charge. I think they're like what, 1,500 bucks to join, something like that. And we're
In
not like,
the call, they were like, "Oh, it was 1,500, but because you're here, you can join for 997." Yeah, no, it's okay. It's
nope, $49. And honestly, like again, I try my very best to make what we're doing on this platform affordable for us, where you still can get opportunity, but we still have the ability to also make money as well. Everybody can eat. We're not trying to offer stuff that breaks the bank for people to join or be a part of, or just a one-time thing where you pay and you're like, dang, that's it. Like I don't want people to feel that way when they work with us. I just don't. It's not my thing. I feel like if you want to work with me, you want quicker results, great. Join private. Let's do some things together. If you want a broker and you want to make money off of brokering, join the Broker Academy. I have multiple entry points because not everybody is the same and everybody has different goals. And that's just what it is. MLM, multi-level marketing, like TLC, like things like that. Which nothing's wrong with multi-level marketing. Shoot, corporate is multi-level marketing, but um I just I'm familiar, I know of who you're talking about, but that's just not what I'm trying to do. I jacked my credit up because I never understood how it worked until kind of recently. Eviction card repossessed. Yeah, it's just gonna take a little bit of time. Monique has helped a lot of people. We've gotten, and just in our last, we used to do challenges, but we got rid of the challenge. We just want to do membership because we think it could be more effective. We just got $66,000 in student loans off someone. We've gotten evictions off. We had a couple people that had bankruptcy from like divorces. We were able to get the bankruptcies off their credit. So it does take time. I'm not one of those people that's gonna, sell you a dream like, oh yeah, girl, it's gonna be overnight, but you can definitely get it off. Yeah, Candy said I got 50K in student. Listen, that was with a hack. We shared the hack, and her name's Tammy. She's in my Broker Academy. Tammy literally like used the hack, and the next day inside of the challenge got $66,000 in student loans off. And they have not come back. So I highly suggest if you're in a position where you need your credit fixed first, join Credit to Keys. It's easy. It's 59 bucks a month. It's nothing crazy. Yeah, here's the link. What other questions do you guys have for me?
I have a question, and I'm sorry, I've been in and out. I had a tenant issue I had to fix. So my question, well, one is, will you give the recording out? Will we have the recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I don't know, you may have answered this already. My main thing, I'm looking for funding at the current credit score that I have.
Mhm.
I'm in the process, I want to build, and I purchased land last week,
Okay.
purchased it cash, but now I need to find the funding to assist with the construction loan. So, and I know I need money of my own in addition to the construction loan. So
It's gonna
that's what I'm
depend
looking for.
on what your value is. If you have, it depends on what you bought the land for, but you may be able to use the land as equity for the loan, and you might not have to bring very much to the table.
Okay. Okay.
So, feel free. You can give us a call. We could definitely assist you with that. I'm dropping the number
Okay.
6332. You can feel free to give us a call.
Okay. Will that, because I'm driving, I won't be able to pick it up, but will that be in the, like when we get the recording, will your number
It
be in
should
there as
be.
well? Okay,
Yeah, it should
awesome.
be, or just send me a DM. You also should be able to just go to cleartoclosecapital.com and you could book a funding appointment. It's free.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I can remember that.
Welcome.
Clear to Close Capital. Thank you.
Yep. You're welcome. Any other questions? Y'all quiet. Did I do too thorough of a job? No questions left. Y'all minds are just like, what is happening?
How do I get back to my thing?
We can hear you.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Hillary.
No,
Hi.
I didn't even know I was on. I'm sorry. But
That's
okay,
okay.
I'll think of something. Yeah, so I put in there about my utilization because
Mhm.
my score right now is probably like a 690, but my utilization is crazy. But since you said that the overall, I think my overall utilization is probably maybe like 60 5, but now I know that I can add me some primary trade lines to that to bring it under an overall under 35, you said, or 50?
Okay, so you want to bring it to 30, and if it's on the
Okay.
business credit side, it would be on 50. It would be 50%.
Okay, so the personal side has to be 30. That's still doable.
Yeah.
And then on the business side, it'll be under 50%. Okay. Oh, that's doable. Okay, I'm gonna need your number because I'm gonna work on that.
Okay. My main interest is the pad split program. Absolutely. Just reach out to me. Can definitely assist you. How do you overcome the challenges of taking risks? You just do it. That's it. You just got to go for it. You got to run your numbers. You got to make sure that it's a sound investment. Make sure you know what you're doing. Talk to God about it and go for it. That's it. As long as he gives you the okay, you go for it. I think a lot of it has to do with making sure you're moving not off of emotions, but making sure that you're moving off of what actually works, your research that you've done, your market research, the numbers, and you make a decision off of that. You can get business credit on a new LLC tonight. It doesn't have to be in existence for a long time. We could fund a brand new LLC.
Now I
How
have
do we
to think of
join?
another.
How do we join your email list?
Um, Now that's a good question. Typically at the very front of our Facebook group, you have the ability to submit it. If you want, you could just send me an email and I can get you added to it. And if you're on this call, please make sure too that you add our emails to your preferred. And then that way, it'll be easier when our events pop up. You guys will have the ability to get on. Any other questions?
I have a follow-up question to the lady that talked about her credit utilization, because that is my problem as well. I have like a 705 credit score, but my personal credit is crazy as far as utilization. And my only thought to get out of it was to refi one of my investment properties to and pay off the credit cards. Is
You
that
could do that, or you could just pull a HELOC.
on the investment property? Do you
You
guys, you have products like you have HELOC products?
No, we don't do traditional, but I would say whoever you have a loan with, you can go there or you can go to a credit union.
Okay, because the I have it through a small bank, and that bank will not do a HELOC on because it's residential. They have entertained doing a HELOC on my commercial property, but I didn't necessarily want it on the commercial property.
Mhm.
But maybe I have to do what I got to do. I was just
Yeah,
trying not to.
you have some option. Just you could do either one. You could go to like Navy Federal. Chase typically offers a good HELOC product. You just have to, find like I like credit unions because usually their rates are a little bit lower, and you can go to one
Okay.
of those and then just, pull a HELOC.
Okay. And they will do a HELOC on a rental property in an LLC.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, awesome. I did not know that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And just tell them you're doing it uh for the purpose of home improvement.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
All right. Any other questions? No?
Janine, I got a question. This is Kiana.
Hey, Kiana.
Hey, I'm still, of course, going through the funding process with Monique. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if I should still try to aim to sign up for the um the one-on-one. We're kind of like towards the end. I'm still
Okay.
working on a couple more credit cards because she's trying to get, of course, as much funded as we can get right now.
Okay. If you want, I
So
can give
I
you
didn't
a
know.
follow-up call. I have your information.
Okay, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I dropped all the links there. I hope to hear from you guys. Really excited to help some families get started. If this fits for you and you're interested, please don't hesitate to reach out. All of the links are in the chat, so you can grab it. Don't let an application scare you as well. If you want, you can always slide in my DMs. Just hit me up. We can jump on a call and I can share more with you guys about what we're looking to do and how I can help you guys get started. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this evening. Don't hesitate. Feel free, if you would like a call, drop your information in the chat. I do not mind getting on a call and talking to you individually. Sometimes I know it can be intimidating to put your business on a call. So if you would like to reach out, please feel free. I'm excited to help more of you guys get started and to work with you. We have some amazing different programs that are here to service you and help you to get started. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's it. That's tonight.
Can I ask one more thing?
Sure.
Okay, so what if because if I come in, it's going to be a family thing. It's going to be me and my son and my daughter-in-law. So what if my son is already in a position, he got 785 across all three, utilization is like under 5%. Can we go ahead
Do it.
in with you?
Yeah.
Yes? Let's
Yes. Yeah.
go.
I'm telling you, please feel free.
Okay.
You guys seriously, drop your phone numbers in the chat. You don't have to, you're welcome. Please don't be nervous. Like, I'm not that girl. I want to work with you. I want to assist. And even if you have the credit score and you're kind of like, can I leverage the credit to get the 10K to work with you? We can do that as well. We can help you get the money to pay for the coaching too. Don't let these numbers, scare you, especially if you're somebody who has, good credit. Like, we can make that thing work. We can make it do what it needs to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Again, drop it in the chat. I see the numbers coming through. I'll wait so y'all can put all your info in here. People just don't like applications. People just want to send their numbers. So please feel free. Drop your number over. If you know me, I will call y'all. We'll get on the phone. I don't mind talking to family members, husbands, decision makers. Like I said, I got 7 spots left. I want to fill them so that I can help you guys get going on this mission. It doesn't have to be scary. Um, Everybody too has like different goals, Everyone's got okay, so I'm gonna just wait while y'all drop your info. Any more questions while everyone's putting it in the chat? Everyone's like, I don't want to fill out your application, girl. I'm just gonna put it in the chat. Go ahead. I'm perfectly fine with that. What questions can I answer for you? Okay. So, okay, add you to my email list. I got you. What questions can I answer? Any other questions?
I have a question, Janine. It's Alicia. How are
Hey,
you?
girl, how are you?
Good. So I don't know if you remember, but I'm in New York. I'm in upstate New York, and just
New
being like
York? I can hear it.
my New York accent. I never even think I have an accent until I get
Oh,
around the people, and they're like, "Dang, you sound like you're a New Yorker." Yes, I am.
I like it though. I'm just jealous. Don't mind me. Go ahead.
I'm so jealous of the country accent. Sometimes I always.
Do I? People say that. And you know what? I'm from Chicago. I think I've been here too long. I do. I think I've been here too long because I say like y'all. And there's little keywords that I hear myself saying that like I didn't used to say that stuff.
Exactly.
So
Same here.
go
Same.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. So I live in upstate New York, and so just becoming a new investor and wanting to do like rent to hold or a DSCR type of property, I'm sorry, a buy to hold. How do you manage the properties? Like, is it best to have a property that's an investment property that's close to where you reside so that you can make sure that, you have like eyes on the property? Or is it really not that serious? Because I feel like that's one of the biggest things that's kind of holding me back from doing it.
It's all about your property management company. Like, I can see if you're doing like a very traditional long-term rental where it's one family in there, they're paying you a set dollar amount. You just want to be able to pull up and see it. You're not making that much off of it. I could understand why you may want to be close, but if you have a property that's generating more money for you, what is really 10, 20%, right? Like 10, 20% is a lot when it's a long term, but if you're making 3, 4, 5 grand a month off of it, do you really care about paying someone to manage it for you? That's their purpose. People literally just do property management as a full-time business. So you don't always have to have something that's right in your backyard. If you find a good deal, you just link up with a great property management company and they run it for you. We're looking for passive income, not income you got to work for. And
Gotcha.
yes, there are a lot of Black-owned property management companies, and there's some good ones.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. You're welcome. Yeah, girl, you don't have to go over there every day like, excuse me, can I see my property?
Yeah,
Can
no,
I see my
I'm a
property?
realtor too. So, I've seen properties at all levels. So, it's just being able to, especially while it's in rehab, being able
Yeah,
to see it and making sure the general contractor is doing their job and staying on top of deadlines and things like that.
yes,
It's just easier if it's a little closer to home to be able to
yes,
regulate that.
yes. I do
But
understand that.
with the market, I don't know if that's feasible in where I'm
Not
at.
in New York, I can tell you right now. And
Got it.
yeah, I agree. Like you should know what's going on with your properties. I know slumlords, and usually the slumlords are the ones that don't have a rental company. They just let whatever happen. They don't they don't value the asset.
I have
You
another question really quick.
you can
Sorry.
you can really hurt people by not properly managing your assets. If you have
Absolutely.
people living in them, you can kill people.
Definitely. Nobody
Yeah.
wants that, right? Especially not on their first couple of investments.
Come on, like no heat, sunken floors, no air, like stuff like people put stuff in crazy stuff. You don't do that type of stuff to people, right? We want good, clean, pretty, affordable properties. It's important. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off though. Go ahead.
No, no, no. That's fine. I was interjecting on what you were saying, so that's fine. My other question was, oh, okay. If I was doing this, I really want to do this for my mother
Mhm.
and get her to be the investor. She's got a good credit score, great credit score. She's got a little bit of funds to do this. First steps being that she has her credit score together and that she has a little 401k she probably could borrow from.
Yep.
Um, would that be, I guess next steps for us would be the LLC, right? Like get her an LLC started or no?
Don't do if you want to work with me, don't do anything. I will walk you through that steps. There's a certain way that you want to set your LLCs up, and then some of you might actually need to set up a trust. It just depends on what we're doing. So, if you do want me to give you a call and you're interested in working with me, don't set anything up. I'll talk to you about that. There's certain things that you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
you dropped your number, right?
I did. The 718 number. That's me.
Okay, cool. Are you in Brooklyn?
I know I'm originally from the Bronx. I'm a BX
Okay.
baby. Or Bronx. Bronx was 718 and I think we were 347 for a little while.
Okay. I
Yeah.
had
I think
a
Brooklyn stole 718.
For a while.
I had a boyfriend in college who had a 718 and he was from Fort Greene. And I remember I went there one summer and I was like, I know
Yeah. Welcome to New York, baby.
right. I was like, y'all live
And we love it here. No, I'm joking.
love it. Okay. Fort Greene till he dies. Okay. Like I was like, okay, but that's what you're doing. Got it. Got it. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? There's 44 of y'all on here. What you need me to say? What you looking for? How can I help you?
I
Please let
have a question slash comment, if you will. Affordable housing. What is affordable housing today? Because when you look at, like, if I see someone having to pay $16, $18, $2,000 in rent, is that affordable housing? I mean, that's more than my mortgage. So like, is that affordable housing with someone having to pay that in rent? And then if we go and we get these units and we do the pad splits or things of that nature, that's, I guess that's just my concern, because it's like I want to be able to provide something where someone can actually live and have a decent, they don't have to worry about, man, I got to pay this $2,000 a month rent. But
Oh yeah.
is that what it is? It's just,
Oh,
it is what it is.
let me make sure I'm clear on this too, because I think you're kind of combining some of these numbers. So when I
Okay.
was saying the 18 and the 2000, that's
Mhm.
the total for the week. So these rooms are traditionally being rented from anywhere from 150 to certain markets are like 479, 500 a week. So someone's living in the room for 500 a week, right? So if you look at it, they are still in total, if they're living it for $400 a week, they're still paying 1,600 total, but they're paying it on a weekly basis. So every time they get paid, a chunk of that would go to you. But yes, it is cheaper living that way than in some places going out to try to get a rental. And you have to think about it. These people often have credit challenges. If they were to go and try to get an apartment, they want, and the laws changed here, but it's like 1 month plus something, right? All these fees, they don't have to pay that on pad split. Pad split, they're just paying you on a weekly basis. So yes. And then also too, certain markets, like what's considered affordable housing in Chicago might be $300,000-$400,000. Because for that market, that's what they deem as it. Where in some other pockets, your Arkansas, Alabama's, that would be more mid to, not high, but more midterm housing. So each market is different, and what they deem as affordable is based off of really the median income and lower. So it's shocking. Like I was talking to one of my, I wonder if I still have it on here. We were talking about that in class, and hold on, I'm gonna minimize you guys for like 2 seconds. There was, do I have a screenshot of that? You will be shocked at what they were talking about. Let me see if it's on here. I can show you this real quick. Could have sworn I took a picture of it. This might be it. Let me see. Yeah, I'll show you this real quick. This is from our Developers Academy. And you could see this is how they make decisions, right, on what type of housing they want to build. So they call it an AMI range. So extremely low to moderate. This is their monthly income, so our yearly income. So you might have a database admin at $116,000 a year. They would be $2,900 a month, all the way down to like a service food worker. They're $31,000 a year, so affordable for them would be $793 a month. Then you have the kindergarten teacher who makes $66,000 a year. Affordable for them is $1,600 a month, which backs right up into that number I just gave you. Then you have a property manager. Property manager is at $80,000 a year, so $2,000 a month is what they can afford for housing. So when people are making decisions on development and they're deciding, okay, what is a monthly affordable housing cost? They're basically doing their annual income divided by 12 months and times it by 0.3. That's how they make the decisions on what areas they go in to build, what is deemed as affordable housing, and what works for it. So those numbers can be shocking.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I have a question.
Sure.
So I am like literally like newbie level, like really just starting to get my feet wet in the whole, real estate venture and everything like that. My goal is to change the framework of my family, to build generational, wealth, and to get out of that cycle of paycheck to paycheck living. I come from an African background. A lot of our parents really rely on their children. They don't teach us about generational wealth. They rely on their children to be doctors, lawyers, or engineers or whatever, and just kind of lift them up out of poverty. But I don't think that's the best way to really lift ourselves out of poverty or out of a scarcity mindset. So that's why I've decided to start, doing something that will help not just myself but the future generations. But anyway, that notwithstanding, I'm not prepared to do the 10,000 one-on-one coaching just yet, but I am interested in learning and growing. What would you recommend based off of the courses that you offer that I like? What would you recommend that I start as somebody who's new and wanting to learn?
Yeah, I actually have a program. It is called the CEO Society.
Okay.
And I believe, let me see, I think my link is up for that. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't put everything inside of the academy, but I do plan to start meeting inside of it.
Okay.
Um, let me see if I have it. Yeah, it's $39.99 a month.
Okay.
And if you you guys can join. I'm gonna drop this in here. She said, "Me too, girl." Here's the link for CEO Society. You guys can join. And I will start teaching class next week. I teach live in that as well. So if you don't, if you're like, okay, I just need more, or I'm not sure, you guys can join into that. I do some amazing stuff in there. I'm putting all my replays from the last 6 years of all the classes that I taught inside of it, all of my ebooks inside of it, and then I will be live coaching and teaching inside of it. We have done so like 2 years ago, I had over 500 members in the CEO Society. I ended up shutting it
Mhm.
down because I got busy with my own endeavors. And along the way, all of my clients and students were like, when you shut that down, they were like, we feel like we lost a connection to a source for education, information. They're like, we felt lost. So people started calling me, and I swear it was God, because I was like, do I want to do it? People just started hitting me up all over again, like, girl, can you do it again? Can you reopen it? So I decided to do so. So if you guys would like to jump in, please feel free. You'll be some of my like founding members on it. We can start, the training and the coaching next week. It's going to be
Okay.
small because I haven't even marketed it yet. So if y'all want to jump in, it will be kind of, we'll be in there. It'll be whoever comes in, but
Okay.
it's dope. We traveled together. You get discounted tickets for my conferences. You get discounts on my websites, discounts for like my I do a international conference called the Black Print. Last year I did it Jamaica, I've done Cancun, I've done Dominican Republic. Um
Okay.
and then I'm going back on tour um next year as well. So if you're associated with that, you get discounted tickets for that too. I have a connection with a large bank that is talking about coming on board and helping me to fund it this next year. So that'll be dope. So
Mhm.
it's everything. Oh, Hillary, I just dropped the link for it. It's right there. So if you guys want to join, like I said, I make all my stuff as affordable as I possibly can. 39
Thank
bucks.
you so much. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely. You'll
signing up
get a
for.
lot of good info.
I'm about to sign up for it right now. Thank you so
Please
much.
do. Welcome in. Girl,
Thank you.
we'll be in there working. And then you're welcome. And then anybody, because I know some of you ladies are still on here with me, but anybody that joins my private coaching, you'll have lifetime access to my CEO Society. So you don't have to pay for it. It'll be included in the 10 grand. I'm getting calls. Let's see. Okay, sorry. Any other questions? Y'all got all the links. Oh, somebody bought a t-shirt tonight. Okay, I'm getting all my notifications. I am very, very excited to work with you guys. I know there's 40 of you still on here. I hope I gave you something that you could take with you. Thank you for staying on. Again, if you're interested in working with me privately, please feel free. You could drop your phone number, email. I'll personally text you. We'll book a call in the next day or so. We'll bring you on. You're welcome. We'll bring you on. If now's not the time, connect with me through CEO Society. Pick a channel so that you can get started and figure out what you want to do. Don't get off this call and not pick a play. Pick a play. Pick a play. Because the longer you sit, the longer you get away from it. You're going to be hyped up after you get off this, and then you're going to be like flatline in the next 48 hours. If you don't pick a way to stay connected or find something to do, you're going to be like, that was so great, but I'm just not in the position. I'm going to go back to whatever. Don't be that girl. Don't be that girl. It's hard. It's hard picking yourself up. Couple months of, you know, really good plays, getting your information, getting your credit together. Do not don't run from it. If the credit's not there, join Credit to Keys. I swear to you, Credit to Keys is the bomb. I have so many girls coming through there with really great results. We pour a lot into our programming. Always open to ideas and suggestions. So if there's something you would like to see or need, please don't hesitate to reach out. Black Girls in Real Estate is, Monique is the bomb, isn't she? She really is. Black Girls in Real Estate is way more than just a Facebook group. And that's why you're seeing a lot more marketing coming out, talking about, you know, the different programmings that we offer, the loans, and we have an agent membership that's going to be coming out too that I'm very excited about. It's called the Sale and Scale Academy. And we'll be working with agents too to help you guys get prepared and keep you motivated in this market. But like I said, everything we do is value packed, but we try to make it as affordable as possible so that you can stay in it and it doesn't hinder your pockets every single month. Like some, you know, super expensive programs, we try to make it as much as we give you as much as we can. But that's it. It's 9 o'clock. I know y'all kids gotta go to bed, got school, y'all got work, y'all got clients to chase down. If you need something, please don't hesitate. I'm an inbox away. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I will come back to this message and I'll follow up with all of you guys that dropped your information. Girls, the CEO Society is the shiz naive. You'll see if you join in. If you start joining in the next like 48 hours, you're gonna start seeing all of my old classes starting to slot in. It's gonna be dope. And it's like 6 years of classes. 6 years. All my teachings. I don't do anything. All my stuff is live. I write all my own content. I do all my own stuff based off of research and what I've seen. So yeah, look into it. All right. Good night.
Good night, everyone.